Guiding your next pop culture journey, this is In Quest of Geek.
The tavern is always the beginning of a quest. It's where the team can come together to focus on introduction, speculation, and adventure. It's your chance to learn about your favorite fandoms or discover something new. This is our Tavern Team.
With you in the tavern will be
Alix Catherine, your host and professional moderator.
Nathan, nerd analyst and examiner.
And Cole, your personal geek color commentator.
So pull up your personal character sheet and get ready to level up, because we're here to build better character.
Welcome to the Tavern Team. Grab a chair and join the crew. Tonight's quest, we have Josie and the Pussycats' 20th anniversary.
What up? So excited! I love this movie! I watched it when it came out. Love the music. Rachel Lee Cook is like one of my crushes. Let's do this!
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. That's our entire show. That's everything you needed to know about Josie and the Pussycats.
I only came to know who Cole's crush was. So finally. Oh my God, some clarification.
Rachel Lee Cook. Oh my God. When she was on Psych, you can ask Alix. I was so conflicted because I was like, if Sean ends with her, I'm okay.
Yeah. In those eyes, just move. Yeah, end the show in those eyes. Like, that's
I kind of feel like she was better for him than Jules.
She was. She really was. But I get why Jules is everyone's favorite because Jules is awesome. But,
Rachel Lee Cook, man, she's coming in that double whammy. Like, I've always loved her, and I really love her in this episode. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
But we should probably go into the movie itself here, and then talk about Cole's crushes a little further on.
Okay, I'm always game.
Always a good subject.
Now, obviously, this movie is not the original for Josie and the Pussycats.
Nope.
I was going to say, do either of you know where it comes from?
It comes from Archie Comics. And Archie Comics, I mean, if you existed at any point, you saw an Archie comic on a rack somewhere. It permeated everywhere. And one of those characters, well, I'm sorry, not one of those characters, one of those ideas that came from Archie Comics is Josie and the Pussycats.
And the best thing about Josie and the Pussycats is depending on your generation, depends on when you first saw them. You can have the Archie comics, where they first came from, in the 60s. You have Josie and the Pussycats, the movie in 2001. Then you have Riverdale, that's currently still running, and they're in that.
You miss their animation.
Yes, the cartoon.
Oh my goodness, I forgot the cartoon. That was in the 90s? 80s.
So, according to Google's,
Google's,
they showed up in Archie's comics in February 1963. And the cartoon came out in 1970 on CBS Saturday morning lineup in September.
Mere 7 years later. After these messages, we'll be right back.
And then a big gap until 2001. Ooh, 2021.
2021. Well, yeah, I mean, actually, technically for you, Alix, and myself, to 2021. That was the big gap there.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I never saw this movie. And
he still hasn't seen this movie.
I still haven't. I was just gonna read IMDb really fast, just going, Rosario Dawson. Yeah, Rosario Dawson was great as the bassist. She was the bass, yes. Great bass.
I love how they were all cats at the end. It's just my favorite part.
They transformed, and then when the Sabrina showed up and just turned them into cats.
And then there's the butthole edit, the director's cut.
Aww. Too soon, bro.
Soon.
It's never too soon when making fun of cats, because that movie was a train wreck.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Wait, I thought you liked this movie. Now you're calling it a train wreck?
No. Josie and the Pussycats I liked. It's cats that I didn't like.
Why are you yelling at us?
Because I don't want the audience to be like, oh, Cole hated Josie and the Pussycats.
Okay.
Twitter. Go on the Discord.
And aren't you happy that I'm standing here correcting it and clarifying? I could just let you keep going. I'm going, wow, so I didn't know you really hated it so much. You're like, what? Well, I'm stopping it now, clarifying. Cats, the movie, sucked. It was terrible. You're right.
Wait, let me try this.
Okay.
I just want to clarify. Cole hates all things Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, good,
now, Anthony edited out everything before that, so that's all that we have.
That's what I heard.
I hate all of you. Keep that in. Keep that in.
Yes,
that hot take.
It. Yes, all your hatred, I'll drink it. Thank you. Cheers.
Dark side flows me.
Josie and the Pussycats is about 3 girls who have their own band in a small town called Riverdale, and their goal is to make it big. They are spotted by a music producer, and then hilarity ensues.
I like that. I like that description because it's vague, but yet is perfect description of the setup.
I mean, it's not probably as good as how they actually describe it on our unofficial sponsors IMDb, but
actually it's better because this is a synopsis from our sponsor. A girl group find themselves in the middle of a conspiracy to deliver subliminal messages through popular music.
Huh. Okay.
So really, I explain the first half and they explain the second half.
Essentially.
Together,
A plot,
spoilers.
B plot.
Oh yeah, I guess everybody should be prepared for all of the spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, you've only had 20 years to watch this movie, so.
I mean,
and who hasn't seen it in 20 years?
That's right. Who did that, right? Yeah.
I feel like the only 2 people who have not seen this movie are talking on it right now on this podcast.
Like experts.
Oh my goodness. So for everyone who's curious, this movie is 100% a comedy making fun of the boy and girl groups of the early 2000s, late 90s. I don't want to call it a dark comedy, but it like tiptoes that line.
It does. It kind of it makes the humor so good that you can't tell they're tiptoeing that line.
I guess it's actually a very cynical comedy. And
actually, I go cynical.
That's a good way to explain it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because basically the main plot of it, and you find it out pretty fast, is that the subliminal messages are being thrown into popular music to control the youth and people, the youth of the people and the consumers mostly to buy stuff.
The youth of the people.
The youth of the people. I stand by what I said. People get it. They understand. Anyways, moving on.
So, since this is a live-action version of Josie and the Pussycats, we thought we would talk about some of the actors and actresses that were spotted, because really, this is like the who's who's of the 90s. So you might recognize, obviously, Josie is Rachel Lee Cook from Psych.
Lady Boggs from She's All That.
Most well-known for Psych.
Lady Boggs! Oh, yeah?
She's also known as the face of that one. This is your brain on drugs. She was a new one where she just starts busting up a kitchen.
Oh my god, that's right.
Right, that's what I remember. I saw her. I was like, I'm in love. She's breaking a kitchen with a frying pan. She's badass.
This could be fun. We're gonna see how different our brains went with all these people. Rosario Dawson, obviously from Rent.
And Daredevil.
Of all the references.
Oh! God, there's like 5,121 different references that you could have used.
And you picked Rent! Rent!
I couldn't remember the number from the Rent. It was like 5,000 something other minutes.
Why do you hate Rent so much?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh, I'm sorry, because that performance is exactly full of happiness and joy and not at all sadness, where at the end of the movie you're just like, I hate everyone, I must go in a corner and cry.
I mean, what do you know her from then?
So, well, for starters, the easy one, she's Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, but that's the easy one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's in Sin City too.
Yeah, she's in Sin City too. Also, the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Netflix that got canceled.
I missed
it doesn't count.
Yeah, it does count. It so counts.
Not if it doesn't exist.
It does exist. It just was canceled. It still exists. There just won't be any more of it.
Oh, so Daredevil, which is what Nathan already said.
Yes.
Yes. And Luke
all
Cage.
On my coattails.
All of it.
Seriously.
She's in all of it. It's not just Daredevil. You stop there. There's so many other Defenders to choose from.
And then we have Tara Reid, who's from Sharknado.
Strong reference.
Thank you.
Very strong reference.
Yes.
I only know her from Van Wilder. She's the girl, Gwen Pearson. She's the girlfriend in that movie. Outside of that, there's only grown-up references about her that I can say.
She was also in some episodes of Scrubs.
Yes.
Oh.
Where do you think our buddy Donald Faison was also on? Because this is six degrees of Tara Reid. We got Donald Faison, who's also in this very movie as one of the boy band De Jour.
Oh, we're going to De Jour? De Jour!
I guess we're going to De Jour. Since you took Scrubs, I'll do Clueless.
She was in Clueless? Oh, wow.
No, he was.
Oh,
Donald
he was.
Faison.
Okay, good. I was like, what? Yeah. It's like,
hold on. I got another one that's amazing for the good old Donald Faison. He was in Kick-Ass 2.
Oh my God, he was, yeah.
Yeah.
But it only would have been cool if he was in Kick-Ass 1.
No!
I'm kidding.
We will make you watch it, Alex. We will put it on the list.
Only said that to make Cole angry. Write all your angry emails to Cole.
Oh, De Jour. That opening number where they're clearly referencing the Backstreet Boys music video.
We're going to say butt sex.
That too. No, that too.
No. The song had, what is it? Is it Backdoor Lovin'?
But you've now made a whole new song, Cole.
Backdoor Lovin'?
Backdoor Lover. Backseat kisser.
Now we do have some other members of De Jour, and one of them is also on Clueless, which is Breckin Meyer.
Breckin Meyer, who also married the director of this movie, Deborah Kaplan.
Oh, that's how he got his start. Okay.
Yeah, he was sleeping with the director. Sorry, Breckin. That's not. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I like you, man. You do good.
Now he was one of the stars of that one show.
Clueless.
Oh yeah, one show. It's a really good show.
Franklin and Bash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I never watched. I don't know what that is.
I didn't watch it either, but I know it exists. But he was the skateboard dude on Clueless, and I think that's way more important.
I know that's true. Now the connections are growing, and he's on. He does a lot of voices on Robot Chicken with his buddy Seth Green, who is also on De Jour.
Oh yeah, good connection.
Yeah. Also, Seth Green, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Oz. I always have to reference that. Always.
It's almost like you write a comic that has some love to Buffy.
A tiny bit.
No, but mostly from Austin Powers. He plays Dr. Evil's son, Scott.
Zip it, Cole. Zip it.
You
do
this.
You want to zip it.
I just want to have a real conversation. Oh, you're out of them? You're out? You're out? Okay.
I don't want to keep going because I go for a while. And it's going to get confusing too because I'm constantly like doing that. And you're going to be like, I'm going to do the whole damn episode.
Alex is sitting there going, what happened? What happened?
Poor Anthony is like, okay, we really are only going to have a 90-second episode and cut.
Now, the fourth member of De Jour I want to talk about because this person made me angry. Oh. There was clearly 4, but only...
Wait. Seth Green, Phineas and Ferb, now you can continue.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he was Monogram. He was Mustache's son.
Huh. Okay, that's surprising. But anyway,
now you can continue. I just wanted to have my turn.
So when I was trying to find the names of the De Jour performers on IMDb, they're uncredited. So I had to do actual work, and I could not find less to save my life. I knew there was 4, but only Breckin Meyer, Donald Faison, and Seth Green were being credited. And I could not find him. And I didn't know that less was less. I only know, like, De Jour, if they put De Jour next to it, because I don't know their names that well. And it took me having to watch the movie and then go through the credits waiting for him to show up. Because I did not know that Alex Martin existed. Because here's the best part. Guess what he's known for? Guess what Alex Martin, the actor who plays Les, is known for?
Being the actor who plays Les?
Yes, exactly. And it was so infuriating. I was like, this son of a gun had the audacity to be part of the jour, but not found anywhere. It's like he's in protective custody, but like not a good one because I found him, but still.
Well, then that brings up questions, about what did this movie do to him? Why did he stop after this?
Well, you guys probably don't know, but there's like a Mary-Kate and Ashley film where they're supposed to be in witness protection. And that's what that reminds me of, where it's like the worst witness protection ever because they keep accidentally telling people who they are.
Oh, God. That sounds like a Mary-Kate and Ashley film.
Right. Now we still have some villains to go through.
Oh, yeah, we do.
And Cole's never heard of either of them. Wyatt Frame, who's played by Alan Cumming, obviously known for Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Obviously, but probably known also as Nightcrawler from X-Men 2.
That's how I know him.
Yeah.
Well, no, Nathan already took that one. You got to give us something else.
What? No, told me these were the rules? Why can't we share?
You can have Spy Kids.
No. I pulled up our sponsor, our unofficial sponsor. I have a good reference. It's definitely not the one I think of, but it's a good one. It's like, when they say like, oh, he was in this movie, and you go, oh yeah. So he was in GoldenEye as Boris.
See, I'm not going to say, oh yeah.
That's a deep pull.
Yeah, that's a very deep pull. But luckily, I have IMDb right here to just tell me these deep pulls.
We're just going to keep saying this till they sponsor us, by the way, Nathan.
It will happen one day.
I think it works. Yeah, sponsorship works like Beetlejuice. You just keep saying the name over and over again.
So now that we've laid out the two bands, let's kind of go into the differences between them, because I think there is a stark difference in the music.
There is a huge difference. One's a rock band, one's like a boy band.
Okay, I need you to not have such disdain in your words when you say boy band.
No. I am not going to let you paint that brush on me. I enjoy boy band music. It's just, if I have to choose rock music, not just rock music, but good rock music, like it was like punk rock kind of a thing, or boy band, I'm going to pick the punk rock.
Heard it here, folks. Cole hates Josie and the Pussycats, and he hates punk rock.
Which I guess you could say it's more alternative rock, but it just felt more punk to me.
It's very 90s alternative rock.
Especially in the setting of the movie. It's very much punk rock compared to everything else that's being shoved down everyone's throat.
Which is funny because, if you watch the film, he hires them because they exist as a band, right? He
100%.
The come to Jesus moment and is like, oh, they'll work. And it really didn't matter if they could or couldn't sing, which I think is kind of highlighted with De Jour, that they can't actually sing. If you guys saw that?
Yeah, I don't think, De Jour, I also love the differences, the way Wyatt, the agent, how he treated the Josie and the Pussycats and De Jour. Because it was like a vast difference of like herding cats and then young boys.
Cats and dogs. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, you could how he treated the De Jour like they were a bunch of bad puppies. They were like, stop peeing on each other, stop biting each other, stop it. And then for Josie and everyone, he was more like, I got to really try and manipulate him, got to step it up.
Yeah.
And we don't know where De Jour came from, so for all we know, they put them together and they were a bunch of strangers.
Probably, yeah.
Also, it's probably safe to say also De Jour's been a band a lot longer than Josie and the Pussycats, because I think Josie and the Pussycats were only a band for, what, a week?
Actually, De Jour was a band for 1 year.
Oh, that's right!
The show was like from 2000, 2001. Like, geez, that's it?
Now, I will clarify a popular band, because Josie and the Pussycats were a band we don't know how long.
Oh, okay. Yes. Must clarify that. They were definitely, they were a band for, I'm talking about since Mega Records. Mega Records. I want to say it the way he says it. Mega Records.
I knew what you meant. I just wanted to clarify for the audience because they don't.
Oh, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I speak cool.
Okay, Alix.
Yes.
Of the two musics, you have Josie and the Pussycats album, and you have the Jour album. Which one are you putting on?
Josie, but I was also Spice Girls, not NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. So me picking Josie and the Pussycats is not really a surprise.
Wait. You're saying Josie and the Pussycats is closer to Spice Girls
than
it is Jour?
No. I'm saying I picked the girl band over the boy bands in real life. So to no surprise, I enjoy the girl band over the boy band. Now, I also think the music is way catchier. Oh my gosh, those songs have been stuck in my head and they just peak in randomly. And I'm like sitting there and all of a sudden I'm just kind of tuning. I'm like, dang it, movie, it's trash. It's a trap.
When you look at me, da 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 da.
Backdoor lover. Oh wait, no. Oh, sorry. The Josie songs, the ones with the guitar. Yeah.
Now those girls learned to play those instruments for the film.
Which blew my mind. Crazy. They did a 20th anniversary panel for Universal just to highlight that this movie was celebrating its 20th anniversary. And Tara Reid dropped that bomb going like, yeah, we learned how to play this. I learned how to play drums. And I remember watching this movie going, there's no way Tara Reid's playing the drums. There's no way. And it just blows my mind that she was.
Yeah, Tara Reid's one of those actresses that are like, yeah, I don't really buy it.
Yeah,
so she didn't really sell the drumming very well.
Rosario Dawson, you're like, if anything, I'm surprised she didn't play all three instruments at once because she's awesome.
Yeah, but I was thinking that must be like a track artist. She's went and played it for them.
No, they did. Tara Reid did a TikTok about that scene too, and she talks about how they learned the instruments.
Oh,
which I thought was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, so they all actually, according to her, but they all
got no reason to lie about that.
No, why would you?
Not 20 years later.
Yeah, there's no bragging rights from saying you played punk rock that has a bunch of power chords, but that is to me it's just incredible that they learned that.
It really is, and it's really smart on their part because if you think about it, a movie studio is willing to teach them this instrument that now they can put on their resume for years to come.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, always want to be adds more threats to your resume if you can. I wonder if they ever went on now I want to like just Google if they ever just doodle with the music, try and do like a little side little EP or something. Rosario Dawson sings the country best.
I wish Josie was a real band because the music really is so catchy.
Very catchy.
I have a band for you to listen to. It's not the same. It is different, but it's close. It's with Gwen Stefani.
No doubt.
Thank you.
That was my first concert.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was No Doubt. And they were opened by Garbage and the Distillers.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's an amazing concert. Yeah, no, No Doubt's probably the closest thing to Josie and the Pussycats in real life that you can listen to and enjoy. But, okay, I want to talk, comparing these two bands, the things that they were dealing with, I thought was interesting. Because De Jour was like, he's stealing my face, that's my look, that's my face, that's my look. But then with Josie and the Pussycats, we are dealing with more intense, not intense, but more in-depth emotions. Because Valerie Brown, who's played by Rosario Dawson, is afraid that she's being left out. And Josie doesn't feel like she belongs. And then there's Melody, who's just happy to be tagging along.
Happy.
And I just loved that they tapped into that because they could have easily have turned this movie into them fighting over Alan M, or there's a new rock band or something, but having them deal with the feeling of belonging and then getting famous and being afraid of being left behind, I thought was so captivating. Exactly. Evie's got me. I know it's being cut out, but I love that Evie's agreeing with me.
Yeah, I think it was more work for Anthony.
More work for him. Yeah, I thought that was a big, nice change to how they were approaching it. Like, du jour, he's a bunch of guys that don't care. They really don't. Like, they have some moments of concern, and that's what gets them freaking killed. But, or at least, missing. And
I think I'm going to say sorry, Anthony. I don't know. I feel like I heard a F word.
It was friggin'.
Oh, friggin'. Okay.
Yes, for the audience, it's Friggin with an apostrophe. And so du jour gets kind of moved off the board, and Josie and them are dealing with this huge conspiracy to control the minds of the populace. It's nice upgrade in actual concerns and issues.
I mean, the thing is, this movie really is about female friendship, because even the fight they do have is control, right? It was mind controlled. It wasn't them just having a fight to have a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And so this really focuses on female friendship, and you see with both women having insecurities. It's one of those things. I don't know if guys go through this. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but you definitely, when you're focusing on your own insecurities, miss somebody else's.
Oh, I mean
that's
I can't speak for Nathan, but yeah, I think that's everyone.
And I think that's really highlighted with these two girls, right? It's not that either one was so caught up in themselves and how great they are. They were both just so worried that they weren't going to be good enough for the team, that they didn't see that the other person felt the same way.
Which, this might be too deep of a question, and it might be reserved for Dungeon Dive, and I apologize. Which, by the way, check out.
Should, yeah.
I don't know, their last guest was kind of a tool.
That's that Nathan guy.
Oh my god. How'd you let him in? Did he just sneak in? Is that what happened?
I know him.
But
I know him.
Which insecurity did you connect with? The Valerie insecurity, where she was afraid everyone is looking at someone else and you're being forgotten, or the Josie insecurity, where you don't think you belong? Because for me, I feel like the Josie one. Anytime we go to Comic-Con or we get to meet really awesome people, I have the insecurity of I don't belong here. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows I have no business talking about what I'm talking about. That is the insecurity that I deal with on a daily basis.
That's tricky.
Sorry. Go ahead, Nathan. Nope, go.
Okay, well, I really connected to the Melody one, where you're really happy and then you have to fight Carson Daly.
Seriously?
I deal with that every day. Every day, that's a fear that holds onto my heart that Carson's finally going to defeat me.
Oh my god! Okay.
I'm opening my heart here, and you're just chuckling. Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I just wasn't ready for the Carson Daly fear. Laughing is how I cope. I am so sorry. I don't mean to laugh at your pain.
I'm sorry that you're not afraid of Carson Daly, but that brought it home, man. That was a trigger.
He talks in my car radio on the way to work. I don't know.
You can hear his voice and not feel fear creeping into your skin. Oh my god.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like Josie, but I feel like I cause Valerie.
Oh, interesting.
I don't get that. I'm sorry.
So I feel like Josie, where I feel like I don't belong. But then when we get to Comic-Con, we're surrounded by a lot of our friends. Mm-hmm. And then I volunteer, so I get to do a lot of special stuff that the people around me don't get to participate in. And because of that, I worry that I cause other people to feel like Valerie, where they might be feeling left out because they think it's podcast related, when really it's volunteer related. Mm-hmm. So I would say I feel like a Josie, but I didn't say anybody specifically.
No. I'm giving you this is deep. This is really good.
I don't know what Josie's bringing. Okay, so we recorded Dungeon yesterday, so you'll hear it's like all my issues are just coming out in Josie. So, but different issues, so it's kind of cool.
We're trying out the whole smorgasbord,
right? So yeah, I'd say that's where my insecurities are. Thanks for having me.
I want to amend my joke response. I do see.
Now
Now.
I apologize for going too serious. I know that's a dungeon dive thing. I just was curious because that was a part of the movie that I really connected to, was the insecurities that both stars had to deal with.
I mean, Nathan is clearly Melody and is just happy with life.
Just happy to be here. I mean, every now and then there's attempts on my life, and that's cool. You know, I go with the flow.
Puppies are forever, Nathan. Puppies are forever. Okay, so speaking of puppies are forever and not getting too dark for Nathan here, I think we should talk about the villains.
Yeah, because the villains aren't dark.
They really are not. Especially one of them. One of them is very bright. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we have Alan Cumming, who we mentioned earlier is Wyatt.
Did we? I thought we cut that.
You mentioned the Agent Wyatt.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, I'm going to stop talking from the side of my mouth now.
It's okay. The audience can't hear you when you do that.
Oh, good. I'm very grateful. I was really afraid that you could totally tell, but we will keep going.
It's just dead air right now if you're talking out of the side of your voice.
Oh, I am sorry. I didn't realize. That's my superpower. I have the ability of not being heard.
And the ability of being overheard.
Yeah, I don't know how to whisper.
Now, Alan is most known for Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. Obviously.
He is not most known for that! No!
I think he's a little more well known for X-Men 2 as our good friend Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler.
Oh, he's so good in that movie. He has no business being that good.
Yes, he does. I saw him in this movie. He was great in this ridiculous movie.
Okay, touche. He was really good in this. He was also in Boris. Not in Boris. He was in GoldenEye as Boris.
I was like, Boris?
Okay, here's the thing that I love about him, though. So Alan Cumming is a character who does a Russian accent, does a German accent, and then he does a British/American. What's his real voice? I do not know.
He is all voices.
He doesn't even know.
Alan Cumming only knows what voice he is when they cast him. He can only write down his response. Yeah, just waiting for the next cast call.
Who am I today?
Who will I be? He just texts his communication in regular life.
Nathan, how are you already becoming the same as us? It's not a good sign for you.
It only took 3 episodes.
I'm already an avid fan. I got my whole worship board of you guys. You know, so I've learned from you. Evie reports on you all the time.
Yay. Okay, Alan Cumming is the agent, but he isn't alone. He's the not the goon. I'd say the schlub, the schmuck, the
direct lieutenant.
The direct lieutenant.
Darth Vader to the Emperor.
To Fiona, Mega Records CEO. There is no last name. It's just Fiona.
Like Madonna.
Like Madonna. But with way more ridiculous outfits, which I didn't think was possible comparing it to Madonna, but her outfits were pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and she has very similar problems as you, where she can be overheard no matter what she says.
Oh my god, those scenes were so good.
Those are cute.
It's played by actress Parker Posey, and she is
known for her role in Parks and Rec.
Thank you for not stealing the one I have written down. Parks and Rec, she was really good in, but I only really know her from Blade 3, where she's Danica Talos.
How would I steal that when I've never seen it?
Because you read, Alix. It's on our notes, and you know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't claim something I've never seen.
But you also love messing with me.
It's true.
Anthony, let's cut that completely. I've got this.
No!
Let's start over.
Anthony, I'm talking from the side of my mouth again. Just don't do it, man. Just don't do it.
It's just getting way too quiet. Oh my god. Okay. And
the best
Parker
part
Posey.
is Anthony. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic.
Audience can't help it over here. Parker Posey also was in the newest Lost in Space as Dr. Smith.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't hear Lost in Space without thinking of pigs in space.
Yeah, she plays the pig in space.
Oh, there can only be one pig.
Yes. And we all know it's Miss
What's
Piggy?
his name? Oh, I was saying, what's his name? I couldn't think of the name.
That'll do, pig?
Yeah, the Dude Pig. That's how I know him. I know him as Dude Pig. It's Miss Piggy and Dude Pig.
And Dude Pig. That'll do, Pig.
Not that'll do, Pig. Dude, D-U-D-E. Dude Pig.
Dude Pig. Sick references. People are gonna have to Google later. Like, what?
People at home going, there's a Dude Pig? Must Google.
So the name you're looking for is Captain Link.
Oh. I prefer Dude Pig.
Is Captain Link Hogthrob.
Never mind, I prefer that. That is ridiculous.
The other boy doctor that is the one with the glasses is Dr. Julius Strange Pork.
That's good.
And they're the pigs Muppets aboard the Swine Trek.
Oh.
Oh, it is a parody of Star Trek and Lost in Space. See?
Well, we knew about the Star Trek parody. I didn't realize about the Lost in Space.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because they literally go, pigs in space.
Okay, so with the villains here, we have to acknowledge the end scene. Because yes, it's taking over the use of America using subliminal messages that happen currently to this day. And I'll let you two decide when we get into that level of show. But with these two villains, I really want to talk about how they were dorks in high school who felt persecuted, so they changed everything about themselves and couldn't comprehend that Josie and all her friends, Melody and Valerie, just accepted each other. They just couldn't comprehend that. And I thought that was another kind of like dark realization that this movie brings out.
Yeah, it brings up the point that hurt people hurt people. Like that's these are damaged people that thought would get all this power, get all this fame, get all this money, and would start to finally like themselves. And that didn't happen.
Oh, that was dark.
Hurt people is just gonna stay in my head now.
Yeah, that I was not ready for that, but that's the quote of the show. I just really love that they did so much work to look different and just to look perfect when like one had a gut, was balding, was an albino. She had a lisp, and I felt bad for her when her lisp came out because even Josie and the Pussycats made fun of her for that lisp.
Yeah, that was a 2000 faux pas there. I was like, oh, and that not fully awoke. We're just taking shots at this poor lady for having a lisp. It's like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, which is something I'm going to tread lightly on because we definitely go into that in Dungeon.
Okay, cool. I mean, it makes sense. That's a serious issue, and that's what Dungeon's about. Okay, so do you guys want to talk about the? Oh, Alix is.
I was going to say we should talk about the consumerism of the show since that is literally what the movie is about.
That was the lead character.
Say that, and you just swoop in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's too late. We've moved on. Consumerism.
What is oh gosh, what movie is that? Our TV show?
Movie Phone?
No, they talk about Sex in the City, and they're like, well, there's 5 characters because the city is a character too.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And I can't remember what movie it is, but they're trying to distract somebody while somebody gets information out of a room.
Yeah.
Oh God, I know that movie.
Oh, like reveal.
No, I don't know.
12?
This is gonna.
I think it's one of the oceans.
We need to move on.
Sorry.
Which ocean? Atlantic?
This will be the 90-minute episode because we'll be trying to figure this out.
But yeah,
it's amazing that this quote works in real life. Jeez, sorry.
Yeah, product placement is the main character of this movie. Like, it was everywhere. And
if you're an adult and you are over the drinking age of wherever you live, if you want to get destroyed, take a drink every time you see an ad.
And at some point, a kid, ignore this message.
Oh yeah, no. There's chocolate milk for you. Enjoy it.
Enjoy that.
Go crazy with the chocolate milk. But adults, if you thought you have played the greatest drinking game, Josie and the Pussycats has one rule. Every time you see a product placement, take a drink. And you will not survive.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
Monsters?
No, when we tried to do Gossip Girl and it was every time you saw Plaid or an LG phone.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
But that is 2 rules, whereas Josie only has 1.
Look at a frame, it'll have product placement, and you'll have alcohol poisoning by maybe the first act.
Maybe don't do this.
They will. I was making jokes because it was like every frame there was like easily every frame a product placement.
And it got more ridiculous too as the movie progressed. Like
oh my God.
McDonald's advertising in a shower. Like it was just like, what is the logo doing there?
When Wyatt discovers Josie and the Pussycats, the rim of his window has the McDonald's logo all along the top.
They'd have heartfelt moments with characters, really growing, and in the background is a big Starbucks logo. You're just like, what? I was impressed by the movie for just the complete. They went for it, and I mean, they must have sent some poor PAs just scavenging to find every single logo they could possibly get.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wonder if they paid the PAs like for every logo you get paid.
Wow. Well, PAs are paid kind of dirt cheap anyways, and they're just happy to be there. So it's probably like a pat in the head and some access to the craft table.
If I could just lay this out for you guys how it really went, it was probably for every logo you get, you're gonna have an hour of experience, and that's really what you need.
Food will be provided. You get there. This is ham. Yeah, there's sandwiches. Enjoy.
It's a box of chips.
There's no bread.
Oh,
it's just ham.
No. Alex hit on the head. The box of chips, which is
but
food
all the
provided.
good flavors are already gone.
That's right.
It's just plain Doritos.
It's sour cream and onion.
Oh, I like that though.
1 bag of Funyuns.
No, way more than 1.
There's
always a ton of Funyun.
Okay.
Now, I think what's really fun about this film, just kind of to bring it back, we mentioned that there was a comic book. We mentioned that there was a cartoon. We mentioned that they show up on Riverdale. But all of these versions are very different, and you don't need any previous version to understand or enjoy another version of them.
No, that's correct. I mean, I never read Archie comics. I understood everything that was happening in this movie. I never once felt out of place watching this. I never felt like I had to get more information. Everything is laid out to you in the package that you see.
But no, we think you're stupid and we need to force feed you. Here's another I'm Peter Parker story.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, God, I hate that you use Peter Parker as your reference for over the head, but you're not wrong, Alex. Like, it is definitely just like, here's a movie, here's characters. It's not overdone. And it's not. We're not overthinking this, and you're gonna get it, and you do.
Yeah, it's a movie that does not take itself seriously and goes like, have you seen a movie about music ever? Okay, now you're caught up. Like this is this is a movie about that, and it's a funny movie. We poke fun of ourselves the entire time. You do not need to have been like, I've been following Josie and the Pussycats since 1963. Like, no, you don't need that. You don't even need to know anything about Josie and the Pussycats, really.
No, and I'm sure if you have been following them for that long, you're probably really angry at this movie.
Actually, that's a good point. You'd be furious.
But with that being said, I do recommend watching the film. It's a very fun 90s, 2000s feel to it. But, we'll talk about it more in Dungeon, but it does age pretty well, actually. So I highly recommend it, and I was able to watch it on Hulu, which apparently, according to Diet Coke on Dungeon, that makes sense when you listen to Dungeon. It's because I have HBO, so it gave me access on Hulu.
Yeah, I also have HBO, so I was able to watch it there. I cannot rave about this movie enough. It's just a fun, feel-good movie. You could put on the background and just laugh at the fun parts, go about your day, and just enjoy this movie. So I'm sorry, I dropped something. That's why I got weird suddenly. But I cannot rave about this movie enough. It is so much fun.
Yeah, I caught this on HBO Max because I had got friends that hooked me up in high places, and I never saw it. I didn't have any real expectations going in, and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a weird movie. There's definitely a different tone, but this movie goes for it. It goes for the weirdness and does not shy away from it when it makes a joke, it's making it very clear that it does not take itself seriously, and neither should you. Just watch the darn movie. It's a fun time. You can drown in Rachel Lee Cook's eyes, and Rosario Dawson's amazing. It's like, this is good stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Have fun and just relax and enjoy it. Yeah. Not everything is supposed to be Oscar worthy, Guiding your next pop culture journey. This has been an episode of In Quest of Geeks Tavern Team Edition.
Please check out our weekly Dungeon Dive and Tavern Team episodes on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, any other podcatchers. And make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.
If you'd like even more adventures with us, our bi-weekly actual play RPG is in the same feed under Issues, where you can listen to us play as teen superheroes using the Masks A New Generation system.
Please follow us on social media at In Quest of Geek, and don't forget to subscribe to our weekly Twitch streams at twitch.tv/In Quest of Geek.
As we bring this adventure to a close, here's what you can expect from our next episode.
So next week, we're going to be doing a 2016 Japanese animated family drama film, which was produced by Kyoto Animation, and it's called A Silent Voice. And I know absolutely nothing about this product. I can't even speak. But I am excited because the last one that we did was No Name. So I'm assuming Your Name. Thank you. So I'm assuming just as good?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, we're all going. Maybe all.
The person who recommended Your Name, which is a mutual friend of ours, also asked me to watch A Silent Voice. And when I saw what it was about, which is it's about a deaf girl or hard of hearing girl who is bullied in school and ends up leaving the school, and her tormentor trying to make amends. So I just figured that sounds really important. And there's a lot that can go into that, and it's anime, so it ties into what we do. So yeah, that's how it ended up on the list. But thank you for listening, Brave Questers. And remember, use what you've learned today to build better character.